research in motion. And once again, we already did the Amazon live trade videos. I'm at 94.5, 93, 85, 94, 35% DS. I'm going to be watching my MACD bars. I'm going to be scaling the short. I'm going to be adding the short. The higher that I go here, I'm going to keep adding. I'm going to start adding to the short. And I'm going to go within 5 penny ranges up to the highs and add to the short because the percent DS will peak as we are entering the shorts. Here are some of our shorts. The bigger trades that you see going off here are to your pro traders. And as we move up, we're going to find out divergently, the higher that we go here, when we finally put what we call a peak, that's where everyone gets crowded in up at the top before you finally get another one of these red bars like we did here. And we dropped like that. We would be looking for another drop like that. Divergently, here, that's the last peak there. Over here, you could see where the peak was here, and we came down. But here's the thing, is that we're going to put in a top, and ideally when you get to a top, you'd like to have a series of 3 or 4 bars at resistance that can't take out the high to confirm your percent DS. CCI is slightly upticking within the divergences. And I got to put it on hold for 1 second. All right, back on the tape. Here it is. That's a 3, that's a 6, that's a 9. And we're coming right up below our trend line. And basically what I want people to see here is I'm at 94.95. And as I go up here, what we would like to see is a couple of bars that go across here. And the reason why resistance can't take out is because most of the crowd were already into the stock during this element of time right down here. This is 1200 right over here. And we're getting another bar. We're going to see if this MACD goes lower as we climb slightly higher before we finally get one of these other collapses like we already did. And basically what we would like to see is that the higher that this divergence is right here, percent DS at 95, is where the shorter term top kind of peaks. Like I said, it peaks up there, but it has a hard time taking out this resistance line at 69.86. And basically you got 96 pennies up here. And as we go higher here, we're going higher here. We haven't turned, this is not descending yet, but it's not breaking higher either. This indicator is going to peak, and the stock will peak as it is now. And the upside move will diminish the more that we peak before we finally get this right here. That's what happens when they peak. They drop, and then this one went back up, and we're looking for a second drop. So as we work with the indicators intrinsically and let that top, that's where everyone gets, when a top is put in, that's where the last of the crowd gets all in the equity during this time frame. Okay? And there's nothing negative about the chart. We're just saying that in the short term, we're going to reach a peak. And we've got different levels here of these peaks before we make a drop. And we got people scaling the short 25 penny range. Okay? Senior pro traders. People in the school will wait until it gets all the way up here. And or we get that red bar. And there's, see, as we try to peak, you can see here where the price is. You can see we're at 95.59 right here. And this is all an intraday level at during this time frame. 1200 to 3-minute bars. So 3, 6, 9, 12 to the peak. 95, 96. This is where we'll talk about that 96 pennies over here that we had laid out within that 10 penny range. And we're waiting for everyone to get crowded in the trade. Okay? And the shorts are covering in the move. This is short covering some of it as well. So you know, once that, so there's that 96 pennies that we had drawn right to the penny. How do you like me now? And there's that drop on the, well, I'm sorry. That's the way it's done. And it could go back up and test it even, but you don't take out the high. Okay? And you're still divergently, you got to watch this CCI start to decline. You got to watch this drop rapidly within the peak. And that these tops are finally put in. When you divergently make a high, you get to sell wicks down because you went too high on the percent DS and your CCI is declining. And these are the 3-minute sell tells as they all crowded in. And now we scaled that short.